All right, I'm back in northern Ontario to bear hunt, this time with Ron St. Louis of Northern Wilderness Bear Outfitters. Now, Ron is new to the outfitting business, but he's been a bear guide for a long time. In fact, I've hunted with him before, and this guy knows bears. So I was really excited to go on a bear hunt with Ron this time.
I was really worried about the berry crop, and so I cautioned the guys. I told them, I said, listen, I said, the berries are there, so don't hesitate if you see a decent bear. But the baits have been really active, so everybody's having a great chance. They're seeing bears.
It's the day before the season opener here in Ontario. I just came out here with Ron St. Louis to set this bait right here and to set up my blind. I can see I'm going to need my thermocell tomorrow. The blind site, this place for the blind, is pretty cool. Look at it. It's at the base of that old tree stand. Should be a good spot.
So I sat there that first night, a long sit, absolutely nothing. I didn't see anything, but that's not uncommon on a bear bait. So I knew I had to come out the next afternoon, and when I did, the bears had a message for me.
I just walked out here to the bait site, second afternoon of the hunt, and this is what was waiting for me. I think they're trying to send me a message saying they don't want me here. That's pretty funny. At least they didn't rip it up.
Once again, this time I'm hunting with my Dart and Crossbow, a great Michigan company. Crossbows, what is it about crossbows? For me, it gives me the confidence to know that I can really increase the odds of putting a good, quick, clean, humane killing shot on an animal. And isn't that the goal? Now, I realize with bear, the bait's only a few yards in front of you, but if you can use any advantage you can get in your favor, why not?
It's the afternoon now of the second day of the hunt. I'm in the blind now. I'm all settled down. I got it rebaited. I got the blind back up. So we'll give this blind another sit. I don't know. It's getting hit, but there's not a lot of other sign. But you got to give a bait 2 days, right? Well, this is the second day. Let's see what happens.
So the second night now, I get set up in the blind. Later on, the wind dies. It's absolutely perfect. I'm starting to get excited. And then I hear off in the bush an animal walk by to my right. He starts to make some noise. He starts to talk to me. He knows I'm there. He doesn't like the fact that I'm there, and he will not come into that bait. He stays out there until well after it's too dark to shoot, talking to me the entire time. All right, so now on that first setup, I had sat there 2 nights. I had had a close encounter with a bear, but I had not seen one. Combine that with the fact that I wasn't really in love with that spot in the first place, I decided to make a move. I moved to a new spot a few miles away.
Back out here again for day number 3 of my Ontario bear hunt. As you know, I moved the blind over to a new bait. This one's pretty tight, not a lot of visibility, and I'm actually closer to the bait. But I don't, in this case, I don't mind that. It feels like a nice spot. There's some good sign around here, and we'll give her a try.
So that third afternoon, it's very windy. Now, in my experience, bears a lot of times don't move real well in high wind, but on this afternoon, about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, broad daylight, a bear comes into the bait. So I'm thinking, all right, I like this spot, and this is going to be a good night. Now, for some reason, I'm thinking this was a sow. She didn't have cubs, so she was a legal target, but at this point, that's not what I was looking for. I was looking for a big boar if I could. So I sat back that afternoon, and I just watched this bear, and she put on a good show for me. So now, I've been watching this bear all afternoon, come and go, come and go. It's getting to be prime time now. Then I see a bear coming in through the bush. It comes in, I realize it's that same bear I'd been watching all afternoon, or at least I think it was. Never did tip over the barrel, but came in and gave it a good try. So by now, I'm getting pretty comfortable with this bear. I've been watching it most of the afternoon, come and go, and it doesn't seem to be spooked by me at all. I'm comfortable with its actions. So at one point, though, it's getting a little bit later in the evening, when I look up and I see a bear at the bait, almost out of nowhere it seems, I'm just assuming it's the same bear I've been watching all afternoon. But wait, no, this is a different bear. This is a bigger bear. This is a shooter bear. So this bigger bear comes in, stands broadside, gives me the perfect shot, and I just could not resist. I get the dart and crossbow up. I squeeze the trigger. The arrow goes just behind the shoulder. The Luminoc does its job. It goes through the animal. You see it stick into the bush behind. This is a good shot. This bear is down, so I'm waiting for a death moan. Never did hear it.
I'd been watching that sow. She was in at 4 o'clock, and she came back right now. I was watching her. She wandered off, and that bigger bear came in. In fact, at first I thought that was her, the sow. But, no. Didn't hear a death moan. Don't see any blood yet either. Let's see what we find. How cool is that?
I find the bear dead just a few yards from the bait, but now I've got a problem. I got a bear over 300 pounds down on the ground by myself. There's no way I can drag this thing out of the woods. I gotta go get some help. Here's the bear I got this year with Northern Wilderness Bear Outfitters. Up here in White River, Ontario, a place I've been coming for a lot of years. And this is why I love coming up here. Beautiful bears, great people. This one was 314 pounds, not the biggest bear I've taken up here, but when he walked in, I said, he's the bear I want to take. So I got to thank Ron St. Louis, and as always, thank you, God, for another beautiful trophy.